Good morning, sixth graders. Today is Thursday, and I am going to read the remote calendar for today. So you will start with ELA as usual, and you should be spending about 1 hour on this. You're going to continue with your Runt writing prompt today. I can use my plan to write an organized narrative with a beginning, middle, and end. View the weekly work document in Google Classroom for the Runt writing prompt and to record today's activities. Write your response using your WWW organizer on a Google Doc. Be sure to reread as you write and revise ideas to make them your best. Revise means to make your writing better. That's why we always read over our writing when we are finished with it, because there's always things that we want to change. Your prompt: based on Runt, write a narrative that tells the events that happen next in the story. Use what you know about the characters, setting, and events from the passage to write your narrative. Remember, watch Mrs. Leary's video again if you need more support. And here's the link to the video. And Mrs. Fontaine and Miss Gove students, visit their Google Classroom for assignments. And your additional ELA is to read 20 minutes, a book of your choice or on Epic, and join or watch the daily read aloud with your class. Okay. And in math, which you should also be working on for about 1 hour, I can find a unit rate and use it to solve a problem. Check out this video for an example. Now you try it. A bathroom shower streams 5 gallons of water in 2 minutes. A, find the unit rate for gallons per minute and describe it in words. B, find the unit rate for minutes per gallon and describe it in words. Here are some sentence frames to help you out. 1A, the unit rate for gallons per minute is blank. The unit rate for minutes per gallon is blank. So it's a little tricky because we're doing gallons per minute and then minutes per gallon. So just pay attention to the wording there. 2, find the value of N. So you have this chart and you have miles, hours, and then you have 3 numbers filled in and you have to find N. You can write your answers on paper and take a picture to submit your work, or you can put it in a Google Doc and share it in Google Classroom. For additional math practice, please go on Freckle and view your weekly assignments. Mrs. Fontaine and Miss Gove students, visit their Google Classroom for assignments. And here is your meeting schedule for the day, which you all know. In science, today you're going to explore understanding the moon's influence on tides. Watch this time lapse of high and low tides and answer the questions that follow. And there's your video link. It's actually pretty cool. I've watched it. 2, at what point in the video is there a high tide? What do you see? How do you know? 3, at what point in the video is there a low tide? What do you see? How do you know? Here are some sentence frames to use to answer the questions. 1, high tide occurs at blank in the video. At high tide, you can see blank. I know this because blank. 2, low tide occurs at blank on the video. At low tide, you can see blank. I know this because blank. On to social studies. One type of geography is called physical geography. Physical geography helps explain how the environment affects people and the way they live. There's a picture of a Mayan temple, and here's some vocabulary. The Mayans lived in the Yucatan, which is now Mexico. Evidence exists they also lived in Guatemala, El Salvador, Western Honduras, and Belize. Mayans existed between the years 2600 BC and 1800 BC. However, the Mayan Empire was in full force between 250 AD and 900 AD. Physical geography of the Mayan homeland. Click on this link to watch that. And here's your task. Explain how the physical environment, the rainforest, affected the Mayan people and the way they lived. All right, you have lots of additional activities for the week. I have read the math activities, so try those if you haven't already. Try one of Miss Coyle's art projects if you haven't done one already, and don't forget to share it with her. You have a music activity for the week. You have physical activities if you click on this link here. And you have Miss Lavoie's fire safety. Actually, I don't think I've read this, so I'm just gonna read the Miss Lavoie's health activity for you. It's all about fire safety, which is really important. In order to increase your safety, it's important to be prepared in case there is a fire at home. 1, read this article. There's read aloud options, and there's also a Spanish translation. So if you click on this link right here, you can either read or listen to the article. Next, create a map of your home showing how you would exit safely during a fire. Include 2 ways out of every room, the location of smoke detectors, and your family meeting spot. And watch this video here as an example. And then practice a fire drill with your family. And here is a visual with the top 10 fire safety tips. Remember to email or text Miss Lavoie your work, and her info is right here. And then there's also mindfulness activities. There is an online option if you click on this link here. And there's also an offline activity. It's about flipping your lid. Look at this picture of flipping your lid, which is what can happen when we get really angry. Okay, there's a visual there. When our lids flips, we might say or do something we didn't mean because we are so angry. Here's your activity. Write about a time you flipped your lid. What happened? What could you have done differently to stay calm? Have someone take a picture of what you wrote to post or send it to your teacher. So lots of wonderful activities to keep us learning for 3.5 hours today. Have a wonderful day.